Demand side growth policies, part 2. When we look at demand policies of fiscal policy and monetary policy, let's say that the economy is in a recession. We already decided that the government could lower taxes and increase government spending, but if they did that, that would increase aggregate demand, shifting it to the right, but this would also increase the real interest rate in the economy. So to get the economy to full employment, monetary policy might want to complement fiscal policy, and if they did that, they would buy bonds or lower the reserve requirement. And in either one of these cases, then you know that this would increase the money supply, lowering the nominal interest rate, getting aggregate demand to shift to the right. So this would be complementary fiscal and monetary policy to get us back to full employment. And as you can tell, we can't really tell what's going to happen to the interest rate. If the economy is in a recession, it's quite obvious that with fiscal policy, you'd lower taxes, increasing disposable income, increasing consumption and investment, shifting aggregate demand to the right, or they can increase government spending. And so let's say that they do that, but the economy goes beyond full employment. Realize here, too, that there'd be an increase in demand in the loanable funds market to pay for this increased deficit. They have to borrow their money in the loanable funds market. And to counter then this fiscal policy action, the feds might step in with monetary policy to try to get this economy back to full employment. And what they would do is sell bonds or increase the reserve ratio, which would shift the money supply to the left, raising the real interest rate, decreasing consumption and investment, shifting the aggregate demand curve to the left to get us back to full employment. Or if the economy is beyond full employment and the federal government increases taxes and lower government spending, and aggregate demand now shifts farther past full employment and we go into a mild recession. Now realize if they do that, then they demand fewer funds in this loanable funds market, shifting the demand curve to the left, lowering the real interest rate. But because the economy is less than full employment, the Feds, through monetary policy, might want to counter the action of the government with fiscal policy, and if they did that, they would buy bonds or they would lower the reserve requirement, which would then increase the money supply, causing it to shift to the right, lowering the nominal interest rate, increasing consumption and investment, shifting it to the right, and getting us back to full employment. So fiscal policy and monetary policy can either complement each other or they can counter each other to get us back to full employment.